Hello, my name is Juan. I'm here with Eric Gibson from Straight Talk video blog. I'm here to talk about my experience of being a spinal cord injury. I've been hurt for the last 17 years. It'll be 17 years August 28 of 2010. And the reason that I'm a spinal cord injury is because of gang violence. I joined a gang for the reasons that that I thought it was really the thing to be. Everybody that I grew up with became gang members. Our community was pretty much infested with a lot of gangs, and I honestly thought that was the path to follow. I did have a father figure in my life, and he did try to teach me, right from wrong, and try to keep me away from that lifestyle. But the more he tried to do that, the more I wanted it. The more I wanted to seek that adventure that lifestyle offered. Of the drugs, gang banging, the whole we're family. And the girls, with the money and with the drugs and the money, the girls came. That's what I believed, because that's what I saw with my older homeboys. I remember just being out there, and then people that I looked up to. They had everything at that time. Everything was money in their pockets. They didn't have to work. They didn't have to ask their parents for money. They had money. They had cars. Maybe not new cars, but cars that that people wanted to ride in. We're talking about Cutlass with the Daytons at the time, those kind of cars, the low riders, the Impalas and all that. That's pretty fascinating for a kid in middle school to think that's really achievable, and you could see it. I came from a gang where our gang was actually right across the street from the middle school that I attended. And like I said, I used to see this doing nutrition and lunch. My homeboys my age, 12, 13, 14 years old, out there, slanging dope, slanging dope for an hour, and they were making 1,000, over 2,000 sometimes, depending on how many hours they were out there doing it. But if they were out there all day, they were making more than 5,000 a day. But that's because that's when the dope game just flourished, came to the front scene of the gang culture, and that attracted me to it. Also, another thing that led me to become a gang member too was low self-esteem. I didn't have that, I was never really made to believe that I was going to be anything in life. So when these homeboys of mine open their arms and say, we love you for who you are, we got your back, I believed it, and I committed myself 110% to that lifestyle. So that's one of the reasons why I joined a gang. I'm sharing my story not because I want to glamorize the whole gang culture, because there's nothing really to glamorize. It's a violent world. It's truly a violent way to live, and I don't think any of us really want that. Even when you're young and naive, you don't really want to grow up into a world where you constantly have to watch your back from your enemies, and as well as your friends. Because eventually your friends do turn into enemies, unfortunately. Just because of the lifestyle that we're in. So again, I'm not sharing my story because I want to glamorize that. If anything, I want to try to discourage kids from following that path, and try to redirect kids into a lifestyle that is more productive, where they could achieve their dreams, and whatever those dreams may be. From being a doctor to being a president. Why not? If Barack Obama can do it, anyone can, right? We got a mayor who's Hispanic. If he could do it, anyone can. These people came pretty much similar from my own story, from my own background. Being raised with a single parent, being raised in East LA, being raised in the South Side of Chicago. So if they can do it, I truly believe that anyone can do it. It took a long time for me to realize that and see that, to become clear and see the clarity in my life. Everything bad that happened to me everything was by choice. Everything that I did in my life, I chose to do that, regardless of the influence around me. And when I say influence, I'm talking about community and my homeboys, my parents to some extent, and even after being in a chair, going back to prison, and sitting in my last term there, was back in '96. I was in prison for a dope charge. Somebody had snitched me out that I was out there slanging dope. And it was during that time that I really started reflecting on my life, and I was just burned out, to be honest. I was burned out of the way that I was living my life. I know that I needed a change. I just didn't know how to go about it. And lucky for me, and I think, I think for anybody to some extent, it was a woman that came into my life and helped me redirect myself, refocus myself, and really be able to use the energy that I had inside me to a more positive way, you know. So when I was released from prison, I had made a promise that I was never going to go back. And it's been almost 12, I think going on 13 years that I've been free, you know, free mentally as well as physically. I've been able to see many places within the United States that I never would have saw if I wouldn't have changed, if I wouldn't have taken the opportunities that were given to me by people that were, at one time, I thought they were my enemies, you know, because of the color of their skin, you know. But these were people that were really interested in seeing me reach my potential, you know. And so I thank them, as well as the women in my life that have helped me really, you know, just change myself to become a better me. Also, you know, being able to take advantage of the opportunities, I was able to go back to school, and just like a year ago, we finished a drug program at UCLA, you know, certified drug and alcohol counselor. And now my work deals with a lot, you know, dealing with a lot of kids, working with kids, and trying to encourage them to follow a path that is more rewarding than the one they see in front of them, you know. Like I said, most of the kids that I deal with, and I remember growing up as that, you know, sometimes you really just think that your life is that of what you see in your surrounding. And a lot of these kids that I work with, you know, they come from a surrounding where gangs are, you know, are everywhere. Drugs and alcohol is everywhere. Domestic violence is everywhere they see. So, you know, they think that's a normal thing. And so we try to teach them and encourage them that, you know, that is what it is for them now, but it doesn't have to be their life. They have choice, and they have the power and control to make different choices as they get older. So that's pretty much, in a nutshell, my message to these young kids, that you guys see it growing up. Don't believe it. I mean, there's a saying, don't believe the hype. Don't believe what you see in front of you. If it's negativity, that it doesn't have to be you. You have it within yourself to really make your dreams come true. And we have seen that with some of our kids that we work with. You know, so we got kids that also come from this environment and are able to overcome that. They're able to go to college and pursue a career and be successful and live a good quality of life. We also see that with, and this is just to change a little bit the story, but we also seen it with some spinal cord injuries. You know, dudes and girls that come from our communities of where, you know, gangs and all that are the main thing. But we've seen the change within them where they're able to go back to their community and they're able to live a better quality of life because the wheelchair has given them an avenue to explore different things that they might have not explored otherwise. You know, I'm a good case for that. You know, if I wouldn't have got shot, I wouldn't be here talking with my friend Eric. I wouldn't be making this video with Eric and sharing my story with you guys. Like I said, I will be in prison or dead by now. You know, my daughter would have missed out. I would have missed out on my daughter, as well as in my, you know, with my nephews and my family. So, you know, again, you know, thank you, Eric, for, you know, allowing me to share my story, and thank you, audience, for, you know, for clicking on and playing me and hearing. And I'm hoping that you guys get something out of my story that might benefit you or might benefit someone that you know. So again, thank you.